Hello everyone, myself Manas Kandi from Central University of Gujarat. Today I am going to present a paper titled as The Economic Thought of Gandhi in Pursuit of Happiness, which is also co-authored by Priyanka Masant from Central University of Gujarat. When we talk about genuine satisfaction and pure happiness concerning sustainable development and environment, Gandhi's economic ideas seems more relevant ever before. This paper offers some reflections on M.K. Gandhi's economic ideas. When you talk about Gandhi's economic thought, many things comes together. His notion of Swadeshi, Swaraj and Sarvodaya, his views on modern civilization, his ideas on village are the key factors of his economic thought. In this paper, it is pointed out that what is remarkable about Gandhi is that his struggle towards the injustice of any kind, socio-economic and political. This paper also dived deep into his criticism of modern civilization as a critic of imperialism and capitalist modernity. Therefore, the main focus of this paper is to analyze contemporary economic scenario from a Gandhian perspective. In the introduction part, I have mentioned Gandhi as a philosopher and visionary has played a key role in the Indian national movement to defeat colonialism in India. He was engaged in various non-violent methods against the British colonialism. Many significant matters Gandhi have discussed, ranging from politics to economics, religion, environment and health. He has written on many subjects extending from Satyagraha to Swaraj. From the ocean of his writings, his economic thought has always perplexed the readers. A wide range of commentators has contributed to the Gandhian economic discourse. The economic way of thinking of Gandhi expounded on, examined and discussed. But whenever it comes to the practical implementation of Gandhi's ideas on economics, it is ruthlessly scrutinized for being unrealistic and fanciful. A serious question will occur to a careful reader that whether Gandhi's economic thought simply a utopia or meant to solve actual problems pertaining to the real world. However, utopia refers to impractical, but Gandhi's economic thought was not completely impractical. As the other economic models, Gandhian model of economics is also applicable to a very few sections of the society. In a strict sense, Gandhi was not an economist, but his vision on economic thought has given a long-term solution to the socio-economic problems of Indians in particular and of entire humanity in general. His economic thought has been reflected in his notion of Swadeshi and Sarvodaya. His emphasis on small-scale industries has encouraged the idea of self-reliance or Atmanirbharta, which is the call of 21st century India. He also encouraged cottage industry and khadi as a part of his Swadeshi movement to strengthen the rural India, which Gandhi considers as the core of Indian civilization and as the center of oceanic circle. First section of this paper deals with Swadeshi and Khadi. Gandhi called for a boycott of foreign goods to promote the use of the goods produced in Indian lands. According to Gandhi, Khadi is the concrete symbol of the notion of Swadeshi. It employs millions and contributed towards making a self-reliant India. Gandhi considers spinning wheel, Khadi and Swaraj as synonymous. These can fight off famine, hunger and can help attain prosperity, according to Gandhi. Gandhi's approach of Swadeshi and self-reliance has played a great role in the improvement of the human condition. His economic model is based on the rural economy. By stimulating, according to Gandhi, by stimulating the village economy, India can prosper. Was the idea of Gandhi, using simple technology to reconstruct the village economy and make self-reliant India was the dream of Mahatma Gandhi. Khadi is a controversial subject. Many people, including Ambedkar, have criticized Gandhi for propagating Khadi. It is a misconception that by advocating Khadi, Gandhi had completely rejected the idea of modern technology. Gandhi was not completely against the idea of modern technology, but he was against the pace and the rapid growth of modern technology, which can wipe out the humans. But Khadi is a very important factor in Gandhi's economic, social and political thought. As Gandhi said, Khadi connotes the beginning of economic freedom and equality of all in the country. Second section of my paper deals with modern civilization and machine. The centrality of Gandhi's economic ideas reflected upon his critique of modern civilization. According to Gandhi, there is centralization of economic and political power in the world due to this modern civilization, because it has developed a culture of self-interest. The quest for wealth is synonymous with modern civilization. According to Gandhi, the modern civilization has represented by the maxims survival of the fittest. Gandhi believed that widespread economic injustice and inequality are the main features of modern civilization. Gandhi wrote his seminal work Hind Swaraj in 1909, which contains the socio-economic problems of India and their solutions in dialogue form. The book comprises severe condemnation of modern civilization. According to Gandhi, the consulting unit of modern civilization is machine. Gandhi argued that the modern civilization is a very materialistic one, and it is engaged in the relentless pursuit of wealth at the cost of humanity, morality, environment. As a result, there were colonialism and imperialism. At the individual level, it only promotes self-interest. That is why modern civilization is lacking morality, spirituality and humanity. Modern civilization promotes extreme individualism, which automatically leads to the atomization of individuals. And modern civilization also devoid of community life. The scientific and technological revolution as a product of modernization has resulted in posing a serious threat to nature. It brought poverty because of the large scale of urbanization and industrialization. Many people have lost their livelihoods and habitats. It brought uneven and unequal distribution of wealth. According to Bhikhu Parekh, who is considered as an authority of Mahatma Gandhi, Parekh argued that there are many Western as well as Eastern philosophers like Thoreau, Tolstoy, Karl Marx and Dadabhai Naoroji are Siddharth who have critiqued modern civilization on various grounds, but Gandhi's critique of modern civilization was different. Parekh has also pointed out limitations of Gandhi's critique. Firstly, Gandhi was more focused on negative side of modern civilization. Secondly, Gandhi was not succeeded in giving alternative to meet the aspirations of Indian people. And thirdly, Gandhi argued that the positive implications of modern civilization is accidental, not integral. Then third section of my paper deals with economic development and moral development. The key factors of Gandhi's approach to economic is his emphasis on ethics and morality and the ethical aspect of economic behavior. According to Gandhi, morality and economics are inseparable. Gandhi was mostly criticized by Rabindranath Tagore in this regard. Tagore has criticized Gandhi for mixing up these two different aspects. But Gandhi replied to Tagore that I must confess that I do not draw a sharp or any distinction between economics and ethics. Economics that hurt the moral well-being of an individual or a nation are immoral and therefore sinful. Thus, the economics that permits one country to prey upon another are immoral. It is sinful to buy and use articles made by sweater labor. In the conclusion part, I have mentioned, for Gandhi, civilization must be analyzed in terms of real happiness, which comes through voluntary reduction of wants. A healthy body and peaceful minds are the outcome of this Gandhian economic concern. The main goal of M.K. Gandhi's economic ideas is to bring economic closer to human problems, but the contemporary world is a battleground for non-human economics. Gandhi always intended to humanize the established economic ideas. Gandhi had proposed a very constructive idea. The small-scale industries play an important role in the formulation of India's economy. This contributes to a high potential for employment. That's all. Thank you.